On this day, at this moment, a heart of every Bosnian, wherever they may be in the world, freezes in horror and sinks in sadness. It is a day when thousands of Bosnians were ripped apart from our collective soul, summarily executed and buried without a mark or left to rot in the woodlands of eastern Bosnia. Today, we are gathered here to commemorate the saddest day in the Bosnian history. Everywhere in the world, Bosnians pause on this day. They get together, they stand in silence and say a prayer for those who perished in genocide. Those who could trekked to Srebrenica today to lay to rest remains of another 35 victims. Srebrenica is a black hole. It's the grand zero of our Bosnian soul. That sadness that can only be felt in Potocari also reverberates here today, at this place, in this city, where decisions had been made at the time to stand still, and by virtue of doing nothing or doing little to prevent it, those decisions allowed genocide in Srebrenica to happen. It is at this place, the headquarters of the United Nations, that Bosnians truly learned and have seen the face of despair and for the time lost their faith in humanity. So today, we stand here in pain and in sadness, but with pride and with resolve to honor those whose lives and dignity were so cruelly extinguished. We stand here to bear witness to their suffering, to tell the world about it, for they can no longer speak. We speak up to preserve the memory of them and to restore their dignity. By being here today, you all lend your voice to those whose voices were silenced. By standing here, you lend dignity to those who were deprived of it in their dying hour and continue to be deprived of it as we keep looking for their bones. But we will keep looking and we will not give up. We are all here to make a statement about the truth, and we shall not be silenced. We are here to make a statement. We will all keep bearing witness, and we will not be intimidated. We will keep looking for the truth. We will keep looking for justice. We will keep looking for recognition, and we will not give up. Because in the end, all we seek for the living ones is to live in peace and with dignity, and for the dead ones to rest in peace and with dignity. As I thank you for honoring the victims of Srebrenica genocide today, I will part ways, as always, imploring with my fellow Bosnians to always speak up against injustice. Srebrenica, sadly, was not the last genocide that humanity witnessed, and we both, as the victims and survivors, as those who know what it is like to be a subject of such injustice, have a moral obligation, a duty to speak up no matter where you see that injustice happening. Thank you. My name is Damir Huremovic. I serve on the board of a Bosnian community, Islamic community here in New York. That's the only Bosnian community that really exists at this moment. And today we commemorated the anniversary of genocide that took place in Srebrenica in eastern Bosnia in July of 1995. Srebrenica was designated a safe haven by United Nations in 1993, and by proceedings of UN documents, resolutions, United Nations forces, which were called UNPROFOR at that time, had the mandate to provide protection to inhabitants of those safe havens. And two of those safe havens, Srebrenica and Žepa, were overran by the irregular troops, and genocide was committed. And the irony, the travesty, is in the fact that people knew what was going to happen. That's why those safe havens were established to begin with, in order to provide protection. And then when protection was really needed, that protection really never was there.
So basically, the United Nations is kind of held responsible for this.
As unfortunate as it is, and as tragic as it is, United Nations, and by virtue of all of us being parts of United Nations, we all bear responsibility for what's happened, yes.
I'm Faisal Khan for FLK Global Report, Bowling Green in Lower Manhattan, New York City.